Felicia, let's say you walk into Cousin's room and you find $200,000. What you doing?
Oh my God. I don't know if I would call the police right away. I think I would more likely connect because I'm his mother, but I'm also a therapist. So I would start asking questions. I wouldn't start with punishment. I'd be curious, where did this money come from? What's beneath all of this? I think, my 22-year-old son holding that kind of money, what's happening? And what is he trying to communicate that he feels like he needs to have this particular money? So I would not necessarily right off the bat just punish him and turn him in and call the police. I would ask a whole lot of questions. And I wouldn't call the police. I would have him get into his head and get him to do the right thing. Now it could be he won the lottery and we had some good money and he cashed in. So you never know. I mean, to immediately just go and run and call the police, I think that would be a little too disruptive to the attachment. You know, your attachment with your parents is so important in your development. So I would try to connect first before I try to condemn and punish someone.
Okay, I like that. What about you, Nomalinga? What would you do if you came across $200,000 in your son's room?
I know what I'm not going to do is call the police on my son no matter what he does. I don't care what he did. The police is not an option. I'm going to take it away from my own son because he's such a quiet boy. And say just in general, if you were to find money in a young man or boy's room, I think you really need to ask some questions. I think if there's been any dishonesty, you have to get to the point where you see him, or you help him see that he has to correct whatever he did. And that money has to go back if it was gained through unscrupulous means. So keeping it is not an option if it was not honestly earned. But there's no scenario ever in the world on the planet on which I would call the police on my son. Never.